Hi there, welcome to the first episode of Our Taste. This channel will share everything I know about food. Today, I'm joined by Joyce, the Microinfluencer on the Red, who have 6,000 followers, to talk about how user-generated content impact on restaurant industry.
I have been on Xiaohongshu for about 4 years now. I randomly just post the picture and the shop description on Xiaohongshu, and I steadily and surprisingly grew my 100 followers. And as I have always been a huge foodie, after moving to Melbourne, I naturally shift to recommending restaurants, and it's been a fun journey for me.
So you are not a blogger who posts a fixed type of content, you post a wide variety of content types. Do you realize that your recommendations have a significant impact on other people's decisions?
I think, and I found my recommendation tend to make people save them because they see beautiful images and attractive setting or food, which lead them to save my post. This might influence their decision, but it is not a significant impact overall.
So you'd think that with content about restaurant or product recommendations, viewers would only care about the recommended item themselves and not the recommenders, right?
Yes, I think so.
What factors do your followers pay the most attention to when choosing a restaurant? Do they focus more on the taste, the atmosphere, the price, or your recommendation?
I think my followers pay attention to all of these factors. I usually notice that people who are not followers tend to save my posts. It's really dependent. Some people love beautiful food, some people love the taste, and or the price and value for the money are also big factors for many people, especially if the food is budget friendly but still high quality. So it really depends on what they are personally looking for.
How do you maintain authenticity when doing paid promotions? In such cases, how do you balance your credibility with commercial interests?
That was a good question. For me, if I take on a paid promotion and the food is not so great, I will actually pay for the meal by myself and give the restaurant some feedback on how they can improve their food and not post about it. But this doesn't happen often because I always do my research on the restaurant before I go to that restaurant to make sure their food is good.
You mean you will do a research about a restaurant before you go there. So how do you do the research?
I will research that restaurant online or just asking the other influence friend.
Have you ever encountered situations where a restaurant requests you to delete negative reviews or offered a higher price for positive feedback? How did you handle that?
Actually, I haven't met this situation yet. When I get negative comment, I usually just reply by saying that everyone has different tastes. And if they didn't enjoy the food, they can just don't need to go to that restaurant.
So you mean that you will not push your fans or followers or viewers to go to that restaurant that you recommended?
As you receiving some compensation or free meal or any other different kinds of payment, do you think you have responsibility to change the negative reviews or feedbacks from the consumers?
I think I do have a responsibility to protect that interest of the business, but only if I genuinely find the food is good. In that case, I make the recommendation and perhaps saying something like everyone has different tastes. However, if the restaurant isn't good, I will not recommend it.
Do you think the restaurant industry is becoming overly reliant on influencer recommendations? If so, what impact do you think this reliance will have on the industry?
Okay, well, I don't think the restaurant industry is totally dependent on influence. It's not that black and white. But if it does get to that point, I can see how restaurants without influence recommendations might struggle more than those who with influence recommendations. Still, if the food is great, even without influence, they might end up getting recommended by influence who generally like the place. For me, influence marketing is just a bonus. What really matters is that the restaurant makes good food.
You're right, the mouth of the food always comes first. In recent years, UGC, users-generated content, has become increasingly trusted. What's your take on this trend? How do you think UGC compares to KOL, key opinion leader, content in the eyes of the consumers?
From my experience in marketing, I think this trend is happening because with the rise of e-commerce and social media, people start feeling like key opinion leader recommendation might not always be reliable. With e-commerce and social media growing, some feel that KOLs might give positive reviews just because they are paid by the business, which can make people question the honesty of their recommendations. On the other hand, UGC is seen as more reliable since it's usually based on personal experience and opinions. But nowadays, even businesses are starting to use UGC to promote their brands. In my view, if you are crucial about something being promoted, Why not try it for yourself? Everyone's got different opinions. Some might like it, some might not. But if you are not trying, you will never know.
This is our taste. Thanks for your listening and see you next time.